Editing Carla here. I was editing this video and I realized that I don't have an intro for this video. So here we are. I know I look kind of crusty dusty. Trust me, I guess progressively better throughout the video, but just bear with me. We're going to be starting out the video reading Terms and Conditions. I have already started reading that book, but I wanted to finish it in this video because I realized how amazing the book was, and it was just so good. And basically the whole series revolves around 3 different brothers, and it's basically like a Disney-esque theme park that their grandfather used to own, but he passed away, and in his will he basically gave each brother a task to complete for them to be able to get their inheritance. And so we're following Declan. He is the oldest one. He is basically like a grumpy, misunderstood character. I think that he is like my favorite one of them all. And I know I'm already giving you guys spoilers, but I can't stop thinking about this book at all. So here's a little sneak peek of how I feel about the book. But Declan has a lot of baggage. A lot of things that he goes through is because he is the oldest. Because he is the oldest brother, he did suffer the most because their dad is not the nicest person at all. He's actually the worst. So I'm hoping that we get kind of like closure with their dad, because in each one of the books the dad makes an appearance. So I'm hoping that we do get kind of a closure with that sense, because each brother has their own story with their dad. As you guys can tell from the title of the video, we're gonna be doing a mood reading vlog, and I feel like this is like the perfect, I guess, ambience to start off with, because it's gonna be a chill vlog. We're just gonna be picking up books just because we feel like it. It's just such a fun video that I'm editing, and it's just like really cozy and it's just a really chill vlog. So go grab a drink, a snack, whatever you guys want, and let's continue on with the reading vlog. The next day, and we finished reading Terms and Conditions, and I don't know what Lauren Asher did with this book, but I think that this one's definitely my favorite. There's something about these 2 characters and their chemistry that I just loved so much. There was just so many moments where I was just like giggling and kicking my feet, and just like the way that Declan is, how he's like unlikable, really scary, and like he doesn't not like anyone. He has really bad trust issues, but they're like obviously like he doesn't have that with Iris, and he can connect with her so quickly, and just he trusts her. And I don't know, there's like something about grumpy guys where the girl is their kryptonite that I just love. And this one was just so good because he was like the ultimate grumpy, because there's like 2 different types of grumpy guys. There's the people like Declan, and then there's the ones that are like really rude, even to the love interest, that I like. Those I'm not particularly too fond of. Like there's a difference between being, you know, grumpy and just being mean, and Declan was just amazing. He was so sweet to Iris, and I loved Iris as a character as well. I wish that Declan had a little bit more of a character development, because his character is definitely very strong and just very reserved. So I wish that he would have gotten a little bit more, I guess, like loosen up a bit. I don't know, but either way I really enjoyed it, and it was a really great solid 4 stars. I feel like I've gotten really picky with my 5 stars, where if it doesn't give me that 5-star feeling, like I don't know how to explain it, you just kind of feel it. And with this one at the end, it was definitely great. I love these characters and I will definitely be thinking about them, but there's just something about that 5-star feeling that you just feel, and it didn't give me that. I don't know how to explain it and how I feel that, but it just comes without even thinking about it. But it was still a great book. I think that this one is probably gonna be my favorite. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about the last one, because I think it's like the youngest brother and he's a little bit more like charismatic, and I feel like I've read a lot of his characters a lot before. There's something about him that intrigues me, and it was brought up a couple times times in this book, so we'll see. Maybe it'll be my favorite, but I don't know. I just don't feel like the other ones are gonna top this one. I think this one's definitely gonna be my favorite. So in the morning, I went to go drop off my husband at the airport, and while I was driving home, because it was like an hour drive home, I didn't want to really listen to music. I just wanted to listen to someone talk, and so I just started this audiobook, and it was really good. I'm on page 82, and it's gotten really good. There's a couple questions that I have, but basically what this book is about obviously the perfect son. We follow the mom and him as well, and another side character that I'm a little bit kind of like, why are we following her? Like, she's not really family or anything like that, so we'll see what happens with her. But basically her son is like a very talented and gifted person, and also he's like labeled as like this attractive kid and stuff, and a lot of girls look up to him. A lot of girls like him and have crushes on him, and there's like something dark in him that you kind of figure out in the beginning, and how he started having those signs early on in his life since he was probably in kindergarten. You know that her son is very troubled, and the mom is very overprotective. Like, she literally said that her son, her favorite kid, like she has a daughter as well, but she flat out says that he favors him and he is the favorite kid. So I don't know how I feel about the mom, because she has done a lot to protect him and she said so, but we don't know what yet, but we can kind of assume what she's done for him since the early ages of his life. But yeah, I'm gonna continue reading, see what happens. I have so many questions, and like I said before, Freida McFadden has amazing storytelling, and you just read it or listen to it and it catches your attention very quickly. So we'll see what happens. I really don't know. I have a couple suspicions, but we'll see. I might be wrong. Most of the time I am wrong. We shall see if I'm wrong again. So my camera's about to die, so I have to say this really quickly, but I finished reading The Perfect Son, and honestly, if you guys want a quick read right here, this one right here, I would say look up trigger warnings, because I'm not gonna say what it is, but it definitely turned me away from this book, and it was a little hard for me to read because there was just some things that were just a little bit too disturbing. So I would definitely look up trigger warnings for this one. But if you guys don't care about those and you guys looked up the trigger warnings, then I definitely recommend rereading this one because it was so fast paced. Like, I was sat through the entire book. In the beginning, I had my suspicions on one particular person, but as I continued reading, I changed my mind and I started suspecting someone else, and I was right. So because of that, it was a little bit predictable. You can kind of tell, especially when you read a lot of Freida books, you can kind of tell. It's not my favorite Freida McFadden book. It's really good and really fast paced. Like, I finished this in like maybe 4 hours because I was literally just wanting to finish this one. I wanted to know what happened and I just couldn't stop thinking about it. I do recommend it if you do want a little bit of a palate cleanser and something that's kind of different. So now this right here is my husband's TBR pile, the one that he chose for me for September. So we already tackled that one. That one was also in his pile. So we're gonna pick another one from here and just shrink this one. That's like my main goal for half of September. That's my goal, is to shrink as much as I can from that pile. And I think that I am in a little bit of like a rom-com mood. So I think I'm gonna be choosing Between Us to read next. I'm gonna go into this one blindly. Like, I don't really know what this book is about, so I'll let you guys know once I start reading a little bit more of it. I have been seeing a lot of people talk about this one and rave a lot about this book, so I just want to go into it kind of like not really knowing what the premise is and going into it blindly. So I'll update you guys later on, but we are going to be starting this one. I am so excited to kind of go into like a rom-com-y book, especially after reading that book, because it's definitely a little darker. So I'm gonna go charge my camera real quick because it is about to die, but we're gonna be starting Between Us. All right, y'all, so it's the next day and I got 60 pages through this book, and honestly, I am not liking it. There's just something about this writing, and it's just gotten to the point where I just really don't know where this is gonna go. Like, I have no clue still what's gonna happen. Like, what is this book even about? Like, I just don't know. And I'm also just not interested. I don't know. Help. I'm like losing interest so quickly. Like, our main character, I'm just not connecting with her at all, and I'm just like, it feels like there's just like mundane living, like following our main character, and I'm just like not interested at all. I'm just so sad because I've been just like seeing so many people rave about this book, and I thought that it was just gonna be really good, but I just can't connect with the plot. I can't connect with the character. I don't know. So we're gonna head out. We're gonna go to a coffee shop, sit down, and just not have any distractions around me, and actually try to get a little bit more into this book before I decide to DNF it or not. Let me go get my phone and see what this book is actually about, because I still don't know what it is. Okay, so basically our main character, her life unravels because her screenwriter boyfriend uses their relationship as inspiration for his next new television show. So basically what I'm seeing from this book description is there's just like a lot of drama with different characters, not just her boyfriend, and she's just unraveling all of that and trying to figure out what in her life is actually real and trying to navigate all of that. If I would have read this description, I would have kind of been a little bit more hesitant to start this book. So I'm glad I didn't read the description, because it would have definitely deterred me in some way. Maybe I would have picked up another book, but I am determined to read this book. Like, I'm determined to finish this book today and tomorrow. Today I want to get a lot of this book done and see where this falls, because I really don't know. It's a little bit gloomy, so I'm hoping that the sun comes out at any point today. Please. Alrighty guys, hold on. I have about like probably like 80 pages left of Between Us, and I'm just ready to, you know, finish it. Yeah, that's really what it is. I'm kind of leaning towards more of like a, I don't know, because there's like, okay, so basically what I really like about this book is their friends. The friends are like what does keep me intrigued, but I don't know, it's just like our main character and like the guy that she's with, I'm just kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of like, okay, I'm still gonna be reading more of these authors. Like, she has a lot of great books as well, so this book is not gonna deter me at all from reading her other books. This one is just probably just not for me. I'm probably gonna be finishing this as an audiobook because I am gonna go drive, and the places that I have to be are pretty far, so I don't want to listen to music. I want to listen to something that someone's speaking to me. So I think I'm gonna be just listening to the rest of this, but I think that I'm definitely leaning towards more of like a 2 stars, like 2.5 stars, because I still do want to recommend it to people, but it's not something that, you know, like flat out like you have to read this, you know what I mean? What can you do? I can't really do much about that and like my feelings toward the book, but yeah, definitely don't let it deter you. It might be something that you like. Books that I personally love and other people don't love, you know, like it's just, you just never know if this book is for you. So I don't know, I would just check it out. I'm definitely gonna be checking more of her other books, so let's go ahead and finish this book.